Chrome OS specific accessories are not something we come across very often, but the C-Type is looking to bridge that gap. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of classes spanning dozens of different subjects. Whether you're just curious or developing professionally, Skillshare probably has a class that's right for you. I'm a self-taught web developer who had to go through all kinds of hoops on Google and YouTube trying to learn my trade. Had there been something like Skillshare around when I was first learning, it would have absolutely been my go-to to get the skills I needed to do my job. And even after knowing how to do my job, I can use Skillshare to continue to hone and develop my skills as the ever-changing landscape of CSS and HTML web development continue changing moving forward. And maybe the best part of Skillshare is the affordability. At less than $10 a month, this is way cheaper than taking classes from professionals, and that's exactly what you're going to be getting through Skillshare, is access to professionals in your field learning from people doing the same jobs that you're doing right now. So thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you click the link in the description below, you can get started with a 2-month free trial today. So this keyboard I'm holding in my hand right here is the Brydge C-Type keyboard, and it's special for a few reasons, and we're going to talk about those things, but in general, it's just a really great keyboard. The keyframe feels good, the buttons are nice and clicky, it looks great on a desk. You've probably seen it in lots of our videos. It's aluminum, and just everything is put together really well here, and we enjoy using it just as a keyboard. But more specifically, Brydge has done some pretty awesome stuff with this particular device that make it stand out from a slew of other wireless keyboards that you can use with your Chromebook. So the first thing that sets it apart from other keyboards is the fact that it is made for Chrome OS. So the keyboard actually is laid out just like you would see on any other Chromebook, and that's not a normal thing. Every once in a while we'll see a Chromebook ship with kind of a crappy keyboard in it, and yeah, the keys are laid out in a Chrome OS fashion, but it's not something you can just go to the store and buy. You can't hop on Amazon and buy Asus's little keyboard that comes with their Chromebooks. It's just something they ship in the box with it. And so it's unique for that reason. It has all the same keys you're used to on your Chrome OS keyboard, and that's just not usual. Normally, if we get a wireless or even a wired keyboard for a Chromebook, it's going to be a device that is made for probably Windows or Apple, or it's just some generic keyboard. It's going to have all kinds of crazy function keys and all these other shortcuts that just don't work, or you have to figure out how to get around all the things on the keys to make it work for Chrome OS. Not the case at all with the C-Type keyboard. You get exactly what you expect out of the box. All the keys are in the right place, and so if you're moving from a Chromebook to this, everything feels natural in its right place, and that's just something that's really unique to the C-Type keyboard. So with that, there's no dongles needed, there's no extra accessories, it's just the keyboard. It pairs up with Bluetooth, so no extra stuff in the box. And the way that Brydge went about doing this is kind of unique and maybe a little bit nerdy, so let's talk about it really quickly. In general, keyboards have some firmware on them, meaning there's some software that actually sits in the keyboard. It has to get updated, and then Chrome OS has to decide what to do with those keystrokes whenever those things hit the operating system. And so it's kind of on the Chrome OS developers whether or not they're going to support a keyboard or a mouse or anything like that. What Brydge has chosen to do that is different here is they allow their keyboard to speak directly to the operating system as if it was a piece of hardware built into a Chromebook. So it's more native. So as Chrome OS develops, and say they add some new keyboard shortcuts, or I don't know, whatever they might do with keyboard firmware, it's just going to move right along with it because it's not passing any specialized firmware from the keyboard to the OS. It's passing every command right to Chrome OS, and then Chrome OS can choose what to do with it. And this is exactly how a hardwired keyboard on a Chromebook works. And that's unique. No one else is doing that. And it's pretty simply why this is easily the best Bluetooth keyboard you can buy for any Chrome OS device. While all of those things stand to make this a very unique keyboard experience for a Chromebook, there are a couple other features that may not be unique necessarily to this keyboard, but they do make it stand out. And one is battery life. This thing, we charged it when it first came in months and months ago, and we've had one that's a pre-production unit, And I've never charged it, and it still works just fine. I don't even know what the battery life on this thing is, but easily 6 months, maybe 8 months, a year, I don't know. It's USB-C too, so if you have your phone charger or a Chromebook charger, you can charge the keyboard with it. That's a nice feature. Lastly, you can plug this device right into your Chromebook or your Chromebox or your Chromebase or whatever Chrome OS device you've got, and it'll actually kind of just shut everything off. You can't accidentally like pair it with Bluetooth and plug it in, and it just works like a hardwired keyboard. So say you're setting up a new device or a Chromebox or something like that, and we've had this happen where that's the only keyboard we had, and it's like, how are we going to get this thing paired and actually work with the device? There's no touch screen. How are we going to get around this? Just plug it directly in with a USB-C cable, and I just grabbed whatever USB-A to C cable I had, plugged it into the Chromebox, and boom, it works just fine as if it was a hardwired keyboard. And again, because it's passing all of its stuff directly to Chrome OS, it's going to behave exactly like a hardwired keyboard, which is just an awesome, awesome thing to use and to experience. So what else is there to say about this thing? Not a lot, really. It just works, and it's exciting to see a company investing in Chrome OS and making accessories for users that are invested in Chrome OS in general. We just don't see it very often. Apple users and Windows users have all kinds of accessories made for their devices, and we don't get a lot of stuff made specifically for Chromebooks. And so we are excited about what Brydge is doing, not just with this C-type keyboard. The G-type keyboard is great on the Pixel Slate, and then their upcoming trackpad is going to be awesome too. And so we're so excited, in fact, that we are going to be doing a giveaway for a couple of these C-type keyboards. So if you're interested in getting your hands on one of these things for free, just check the link in the description below. It'll be down there, very clear, easy to see. Follow a few steps, do a couple things, and you'll get entered to win. And within a couple weeks of the publishing date of this video, we'll be giving those things away. So make sure and keep it locked. If you're not already following us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, you can find all that stuff in the description as well. But guys, that's it for this one. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell if you'd like to be updated whenever we post more videos like these in the future. Until next time, we'll see you.